Hi, it's George Nordhaus, and welcome to Monday morning. This one is going to be different. Yeah, they're all different. I understand this one, but you're about to see one of the most amazing uh, ways of showing what your agency does, and in very, very many ways. It's called the visual content marketing for independent insurance agents. The presenter is Chris Paradiso. He's an agent up in Connecticut. I'm going to show you his picture here just a second if I can. And Chris is going to be the guy who is going to amaze you. I absolutely mean amaze you. Uh, uh, Chris is the owner of this business. He's a consultant too. I have seen his stuff for some years and his website and all the things this guy's doing, and it's so exciting. And I don't know why we never worked it out before, Chris. Maybe you just didn't want to. I never asked you. I know that. But you can see he's a
No
pretty.
worries, George. No worries.
Okay, there you go. All right. At any rate, he has the most amazing content type stuff I have seen. Well, you tell us about it, Chris. Let's go to the next slide and see what it's about, okay?
Sure. Content marketing is one thing. Visual content marketing seems to be the king in 2015. And really, what is visual content marketing? It's as simple as putting content with visuals. And we find it very important to be able to put visuals of our staff and visuals of our people along with our clients. So we feel that it's extremely important within getting people to understand who we are, what our brand is, along with people understanding what our agency stands for. So it's very important to be able to show off our staff and create the images in people's minds.
Yeah, and I met some of your staff, and they're very, very good. I'm very impressed with what you do. Now, let me, you're not talking just about the website. You're talking about in general, right?
I'm talking about in general. Absolutely, when we talk about a website, I will tell you, do not buy photos. I would hire a local photographer. Yes, I'm a big believer in shop local and do business in your community. But it does make a difference to your website. Everybody's buying photos, not just in the insurance industry, in a lot of spaces. But if you really want to stand out and have a website that says a little bit more, it's important to show off your staff, your office, your brick and mortar.
All right, let's talk about what you stand for. That's the first point there.
Sure. I think it's very important when we talk about what we stand for, and I'm just going to move on about to the next slide for people, because this is some visual content marketing. What do we stand for? We speak very loud and clear about what an independent insurance agent is, just as it stands for what is an independent local business. It stands for a lot, and so we're going to start with shopping local and doing business with independent local businesses. Keep in mind what we talk about is how it affects our local economy, how it affects local jobs. We encourage the community because the community only gets better with people shopping local, staying local, being a part of local. So that's our first part, is really our community and what we can do, not only just on visual content marketing, but how we can help our local economy and our community so that they don't just look at us as an insurance agency. Because I think what ends up happening is people don't understand what's the difference between an independent agent versus other agencies that are captive. But independent agencies are the backbone, in my personal opinion, of just about every community. I haven't gone to a community where I haven't seen a local independent agent not advertising, whether it's in a church basketball league, a soccer league, a softball league. I don't care what event it is, you will find an independent agent being involved in the community, not only with their dollars and cents and sponsorship, but also with their activity and their involvement. So that's the first thing we stand for, is our community.
Let me ask you something. When I saw your website first time around, and I saw you had the businesses that you recommended, or they're your clients, I guess, but you have a link to them, don't you, right on your website?
Yes, what we do is we have something called the Partners of Paradiso, and really all it is we get out into the community and the people we insure, and there are other people on there and businesses on there that we don't insure, that we're building relationships and we hope to insure in the future. And we ask them for discounts so that we can help generate and drive our local people into their business, such as policyholders. So why not give our policyholders an opportunity to mingle and do business with our policyholders in the commercial world?
That's a beautiful idea. I haven't seen it done nearly as well. Yeah, you guys should go in there and look for sure. Go ahead.
It's great because not only does it stop there, it also allows backlinking, which is an extremely powerful tool. So we're actually helping local businesses, and we can show them through Google Analytics that we are driving business from our website to their site.
Oh, brother, that's beautiful.
We really want to stand for something, and we want to stand up for our community, and we feel pretty strong about that.
Great idea. All right, let's move forward.
That is step number one. There's just a couple visual content marketing pieces that we put out. Hugely important to be able to put these on, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, even though LinkedIn's a B2B, you can still show off what your business stands for on a B2B, just as a B2C, which is business to basically the average mom and pop. Right. So these visual contents can go in just about every form, whether it's Google+, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook. They're not just held to just Facebook, and hopefully people are taking the time and investing into Google+ and other social avenues too. So that's step number one and what we stand for. Step number two, we're very big advocates of veterans. My grandfather came over from Italy and didn't speak a lick of English, and fought for this country because he believed in this country and the opportunities he had. And unfortunately, it's trickled down to my father and to myself, and we're very big veteran supporters. And here is just a visual piece that we put out. We try to attract veterans because we feel so important in stressing, and saying thank you to them, that we really strive to do business with them because we feel we want to say thank you to them, and what better way than to work hard for them and try to help their experience through insurance, which nobody loves buying insurance, including myself, or paying. But we want to make sure the experience is right, and we want to show them who we are and what we stand for. And a big thing that we do for the veterans that plays a huge visual role in all this is we have Flag Day, which is June 14th. I hope everybody remembers Flag Day because unfortunately they say it's about 80% of Americans don't know when Flag Day is, which is June 14th. We have Flag Week, and we give out flags. We were fortunate to, I do an awful lot of speaking in the industry and hopefully helping independent agents, but came across Claudia McLean, and she's become a very close friend, and we congratulate her on becoming the Rough Notes Agency of the Year. I'm pretty sure she's the first woman to ever win that award, but what a better person to win that award. I mean, there is no agency in this country that I personally feel can compete with her. She is just a remarkable agent and owns and runs a remarkable agency.
She'll be interviewed by me. She's going to be in the next Monday morning or the one after that, I think.
She's fabulous.
Yeah, she is. Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
And I through all the communications and stuff we share, which is a great thing about our industry. If I could advise people and other agents, pick up the phone, call me. I'll share my stuff if you share your stuff. We're not in competition with each other. What ended up happening is just from sharing from each other, she gave out 86, 87 flags, and I said, I want to take this to a whole new realm, not trying to outdo her. I want to take this countrywide with agents. I want agents from all around the country to stand up with us and do Flag Week. Great. We give out flags, and we get on air, whether it's radio, TV, and promote the heck out of this. All you got to do is bring in a flag. If you don't have a flag, we'll have a flag kit. All the flags are made here in America. We're going to hand them out, and all I ask of you is put that flag up, fly it proud, and take a picture of it. Send it to us on Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you may be. It's great promotion. It's great for the community. What better way that I get to drive by going home and I see that 30-plus flags just on my route home that I gave, and they're flying them proud.
Beautiful.
And,
beautiful.
It's really, we gave out in excess of 343 flags last year.
Oh my gosh.
We hope to give out 500. I don't care how much it costs me. There's nothing that makes me prouder than driving by my community and seeing our flags flying on those.
I would totally agree. Now, those are not just to your clients. That's to anybody that wants them.
Anybody in the community that wants to. We don't care whether you're a client or not. We want to make our community better, and I feel that we do make our community better by flying So many people have died for that flag, for our freedoms. I'm a strong believer freedom isn't free.
You
And,
know, excuse me for interrupting, but we're going to the DVIC, which is the Disabled Veterans Insurance Careers. We're endorsing that now, and that's going to be that's going to be our community or nonprofit, and it really ties in with this. It's so beautiful, and
I do sit on there. I'm very active with them.
I know
love
you are.
them.
I know
I think
you are.
people that are involved are very passionate about our veterans, and what better way to get them? Some of these men and women come back, they have no arms, they have no legs, and being able to be a part of Dr. Hold's program and get them educated takes a year, and then they're at home with the right technology, helping us independent agents service our customers. What better way to give back? If you don't know about DVIC, take the time. DVIC is a great organization. 100% of the money goes back into the veterans. You're not going to find that there's some CEO making $5 million behind the scenes. It doesn't work that way.
Okay, boy, I'm now patriotic today. You've inspired me. Go ahead.
That's my daughter on there. And
she's cute.
And she's very passionate about the country, very passionate about the flag. She's out helping promote it every day, even in her schools, the importance of standing up and saluting flags. So it makes me proud that my kids are
good for you.
And understand how many people have sacrificed for us, that we pay the respect back.
Good.
That's some content marketing. Once again, it is visual content marketing. I am very happy to include my children who love to be a part of these pictures and to be a part of what we're doing. So some people may not have kids or may not want to use their kids, may want to use their staff. That's okay. Just make sure you're including people who are part of your organization, part of your agency, inside of your visual content marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on. If you don't have any other questions, George.
Yeah, move forward.
And what we're talking about and why we're talking about these things is a part of my agency. This is what we stand for, and it's very important to have a brand identity. And this is our brand identity. This is how we advertise into the world of the internet, whether it's Google+. We're very calculated in our brand identity because this is who we are. This is who Paradiso Insurance is. And a very big role is that when a client becomes a client of ours, we want to include them and call them, you are a part of the Paradiso Insurance family. We want you to know and understand. We want to work hard for you. We want to work with you. And we want to make the experience as best as possible. We don't want it to be just like every other agency. Mm-hmm. The interesting thing is a part of our brand identity is a lot of our clients and not our clients say, hey, boy, your kids are getting big. That means people understand who we are and what we are. Mm-hmm. We all stand for something. I just wish more agents would stand up because so many agents stand for so many good things, whether it's family, whether it's their community, whatever it is. Let's just show it off a little bit so that people understand that by going to Geico and being only worth 15 minutes, we should be marketing that. That's a big thing that I use on Twitter. You're only worth 15 minutes with my competition, which is Geico. Now, what if you went to the doctors and said, the doctor says, we got 15 minutes, let's start. You don't feel very good about it. Why aren't we as independent agents talking about that you're only worth 15 minutes with them? And the other thing that they focus on, and I'm not knocking Geico, I think they do a great job with their brand. Cheap and fast, that is their brand. And that is everything that we don't stand for. I don't believe in it being fast. I believe in it being right. Buy the right coverage. Let's talk about coverage first, price second. And let's talk about, if it takes us an hour or it takes us 2 hours, it's okay. And that's a part of the branding that we're doing. So this is all about family, and we really want you, if you do and you experience the Paradiso Insurance and become a client, we want you to understand you are part of the family, and this is some of the marketing that we do, that we want you to join us, and we want you to feel comfortable where you can walk in, you can call us on Saturday. It's okay. We don't want you to feel that you're bothering us when you're calling us. So mm-hmm. Family plays a huge role in our brand identity.
Oh, beautiful.
Another part of who we are, and I'm really on the kick, and I'm hoping to spur other independent agents. What makes us independent agents different? Well, first and foremost, we represent an awful lot of choices and opportunities for you as a customer. but I'm not so sure we independent agents do a good enough job educating people what is an independent agent. As I fly, I always challenge people, and I'm on the plane. I always ask, "Oh, I'm an independent agent. Do you know what that means?" And unfortunately, 99% of the time, they have no idea what an independent agent is versus a captive agent. And I'm not saying one's better than the other, but I'm very proud of being an independent agent and being able to offer options and choices and working for our customers. And I think it's my job and every other independent agent's job to educate the public on why we independent agents are different. So I'm very, I don't want to say loud about it, but I'm not afraid to say it loud and proud that I'm very proud to be an independent agent, and this is what we stand for.
Good for you. Who's that beautiful woman with you?
That is my office manager, and she helps tremendously in the office. People laugh and call her my work wife because we are extremely working.
I didn't want to say that, but good. She's beautiful.
But,
she's cute.
You know, she's a wonderful person. She came from Nationwide. She's been with me for 5 years. She now has some major role in the agency, more than just as an employee. She shares in the profits, so she has a very active role, and she oversees everything. And Paradiso Insurance simply is not the same without her. So we are very fortunate to have Stephanie Finelli, and she's a very important role in our agency. So this is another way we do an awful lot of branding, and this is an outside sales agent who has come to us from owning a business. He's the first gentleman in the East Coast to own an Emerald City smoothie, which would make all the Seattle people proud, because it started out there in Seattle, and I know Claudia McLean knows them well. And he's decided that he would like to move on, and he's become an agent and is doing a great job for us. And so he's pictured here. And are you working with a licensed agent? Are you calling a 1-800 number and working with somebody who's just servicing you and taking orders? At Paradiso Insurance, we want to make sure that everybody knows when you call us, you're going to be working with a licensed professional agent. And I think that's so very important to educate people that we are not all created equal. When you have a license, we hope to continue to educate you so that when somebody calls, they're getting the right advice. You're not just saying okay and being an order taker. I think that's so very important today, because price and insurance is being commoditized, and it's not. It's just not right. It's not fair. It's very dangerous to successful people in their income, in their future. So we really take the time to educate people on what makes us different and why a licensed agent matters and makes a difference.
Your visuals are beautiful. I like these. Look at that. That's great.
Yeah, and that's all done in-house, and we have some wonderful marketing people in-house. We've moved on to a next visual content. We aren't like the big boy insurance agencies or insurance companies. We want to make sure that people know and understand that we are everyday people. We work and live in your community. We do write in 38 states today, but we really focus about buying local, shopping local. And the key thing is some people are probably scratching their heads and saying, well, how can you believe in community and shopping local if you sell in 38 states? Well, I firmly believe everybody's motto of shopping local is different. My motto is buy American. I am an advocate and believe in if I can buy an American product first, I'm willing to pay more, and some people think that that's crazy, but I am willing to pay more. I think it makes a difference. And your community, it does not mean it's your town, your city, your county. Everybody has a little different philosophy about what shopping local means. And to me, shopping local is buying American. It's not buying in Stafford Springs, Connecticut. I love my town. I support my town. I support the businesses in my town. But there's a lot of things that aren't sold in my town. I'm in a small, old mill town. You can't buy a pair of underwear or a pair of socks in my town. There is no place. You can't buy a pair of shoes. It's a simple fact. So I have to go outside of, when some people think of their community as their town, I have to go out of my town because I can't buy dress shoes or sneakers in my town. There's no store that sells it. So I think we need to really think about how we market shop local and buy small. And this is just one way that we talk about it. Another visual content about independence and educating people allow you to shop around with competing carriers to get you the best deal with hopefully the best coverage. So rather than spending your hours quoting, allow us to do the work for you. It's just another message. We utilize our logo on an awful lot because we feel that it is important to educate people and to really brand Paradiso Insurance out there.
Let me ask you a question. On these visuals and all that, and you can put them on social network. Do they stay on there, or do you take them off?
They do. No, we don't take them off, and a lot of people don't realize. And there's a lot of social platforms. Once you put them on, even if you try to remove them, they still can be found. But yes, you can take things off of Facebook. That doesn't mean that it's wiped out and gone. Unfortunately, once you post something on Facebook, I can assure you it's somewhere.
Okay.
So you have to be careful on what you're posting, and hopefully the younger agents that are listening and the middle-aged agents that have kids, that we really educate our kids that, you know, when we hire, the first place we go to is we look up people on social media. The last thing we want to see is that we're looking at somebody at 28, 29, and they're out getting drunk and posting pictures on Facebook. So social media is a great place for agency owners to really do their research on who they're hiring, whether it's a secretary, a CSR, because it says an awful lot about you. Mm-hmm. So as positive as the marketing can be, you have to just be careful and really educate the younger generation, because someday when they go to get a job, that picture that they posted on Facebook could come back and bite them.
Okay, I agree.
So what do we enjoy? Here's another visual. Hillary has been an agent, walked in off the street one day looking for a job. She was so persistent I could not hire her. Got her licensed, and unfortunately she's going to be leaving us to open up her own bakery.
Oh my gosh.
But she still wants to keep her license and still, you know, kind of do it more on the part-time side because she's made a lot of contacts. We love having her. We do not want to lose her, but I cannot really discourage her from owning her own business.
No, of course not.
She's come a long way, and we're rooting for her.
You should be proud.
And here's, she made Hillary's favorite St. Patrick's Day recipe, which was a huge hit. Just another creative way of sharing people. When you talk about visual content marketing and all your social marketing, whether it's digital or social media, I would just caution people to what they're posting in the insurance space is different than what you're posting in the real world. When you're posting on Facebook and you're an agency, stop talking about bots. People don't want to know what a bot is. People want to know who you are, what you stand for, and what's going on in your agency, the human side of it. And I think that's really important to be able to connect with your audience on the human side. To talk about a bot and that you're bringing in a new carrier, unfortunately, people don't really care. People, what they care about is they really care about, you know, who are you guys? What do you stand for? Get the realism out of your agency. So that's what we try to do, is to connect with people, is to try to be as real as possible.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you make some promises too, don't you?
We do. We do. Now we're moving on to a big push this year in the first quarter, which we're going to continue because it's a big deal, is we have what we call the Paradiso Promise. And we have 12 different promises, and what we've done is we've created an awful lot of content with the Paradiso Promise. And there's 12 promises that we're going to make to each and every customer. So what we did is we created our own handcrafted calendar, and every month has a different promise, and it has a different brand or a different brand identity. It talks about family, talks about a lot of different things. We talk about our mobile marketing app, that why everybody should have it, because it's going to help us service you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So our promise is all about what we're going to give to our clients and what they can expect. I think the client experience is enormous, and people, it's very important. And if they have a great experience, it's only going to help the agency thrive in referrals and other programs. So we have a 12-step Paradiso Promise. It's in every email that we send out. We sent out a calendar to all of our customers. We sent out over 4,000 of them. It is costly, but I will tell you it says an awful lot about who we are and what we stand for, and I can't wait to measure the results. So here is a content piece that of Dory. Dory is what we call Director of First Impressions. When you first walk in or when you answer the phone, you had said you had a great experience with when you called our office. It's very important. We have a great sales coach who helps us. We record calls. We want to make sure when we answer the phone that we make a difference. You could be having an awful bad day, George. Our job is to make sure that when we answer the phone, we say, thank you for choosing Paradiso Insurance. My name is Dory. How may I help you? In a smiling way that the smiles come through the phone, I think it makes a difference. We don't want to just be phony. We want to actually make a difference, because I know when you're calling your insurance agency, you got to think about what are people doing. Are they calling in with a claim? They had a bad day. They hit a deer, a glass claim, vandalism. We need to change their outlook on their day just by the way we answer the phone, and we take that with a lot of pride.
And every time I call, I come away feeling better. I love the way you do that. You know, I talk to agencies and have for many years, but boy, when I call there, I feel so good. I don't know why, but now I know. Okay.
It's so very important. That's why we record calls, to see if we're doing the job that we want to make a difference in people's lives. It starts with me. I always say attitude is going to allow you to have either a great day or a terrible day, but it's your choice. So, you know, we always say every day, the people who are calling us are our shareholders. Those are the people who put food on our table. Let's make a difference in their lives today.
Good.
So, moving on, because I could talk about our Paradiso promise for quite a bit. We've invested a lot of time and a lot of money into it, and we feel that it's going to make a huge difference. This is another Paradiso promise. If your rates go up, we will call you, review your application, and then work to maintain the right coverage by shopping around with the top carriers. What we try to do when we communicate with people is, hopefully other agents do the same thing, is it's not always about let's shop you around. Let's do a review of your account first. So we always say, but we're going to do an account review. So let's set up a time and do an account review to make sure that we have the right coverages. Have you added a pool? Have you done an addition? Let's make sure first and foremost we have the right coverage, because coverage is first and foremost at our agency, and we really want to stress that. Price is secondary. So it's just another visual piece that we have on our Paradiso promise.
I love it.
Here are more office pictures showing off our office staff and their personality. We have a dog in our office. We promote. Max is a rescue.
I love it.
And inside of our agency, Stephanie rescues dogs, and so I decided to rescue a dog. And people bring in their dogs. We give them dog treats. We show off their dogs. We are very animal friendly, and we want to make sure the community knows it. If you have a dog and you want to come on in, bring your dog in. We're okay with it.
Love that.
And we do a lot of business with a lot of animal lovers, because as a whole, the agency, we love animals. We love the dogs. We love when people bring them in. We really try to connect, because it's something that we're passionate about. And I think if you show that off, I think you'll connect with other animal lovers.
Well, you can connect with me. I had lost our dog last week, and all of a sudden it was just a killer for us. And we were able to adopt a dog yesterday, and it's a Labradoodle. You should see it. I mean, he is so loving. I can't believe it. It's just, we were lucky. So now I feel like a new man. So I understand exactly what you got there.
We have instant connectability once we start talking about rescue dogs, and not just rescue dogs, rescue animals. People who rescue animals are wonderful people. They give up an awful lot of time, money, energy for the betterment of these animals, and there's a lot to be said about that. So we do an awful lot of charity work. We don't pat ourselves on the backs, but I'm very proud of what we do and what we believe in. A big belief on our charitable work isn't all about writing a check. What we're about is creating a difference in people's lives. So we recruit the community. I support and buy the food for when we feed the homeless, which we do once a month. But the community needs to step up, and we ask the communities for help through content marketing like this. Not only do we need your hands, we need you to bake desserts. I'm willing to supply all the food, but I'm not willing to supply the desserts, because I feel that each one of these people are an individual, and they deserve a home-cooked dessert. And as small as that sounds, it's enormous in the mentality of the homeless.
Yeah.
That there's love baked into every one of these, and people may be laughing, but I'm going to tell you something. We make a difference every single day that we go in there. We get the community involved, a lot of clients involved. We ask for kids to get involved because, unfortunately, where we live in a small mill town, predominantly northern Italians, which isn't a bad thing, but we don't have the homeless, the true homeless. Yes, we have soup kitchens, but we don't have people sleeping on the streets like they do in Hartford. So what we actually do is we can not only change the effects and communicate with the homeless, which a lot of my role is I like to go around talking to people and just listening to them and trying to help them get a new start on life.
That's beautiful.
But what we also try to do is change the way the community looks at homeless and to get their kids. I bring my children, and there's nothing better driving home. My daughter says, man, my heart feels really good. She's 7 years old. There's nothing better than that. And she made a difference tonight in these people's lives.
That's beautiful.
So it's this is some visual content marketing we do, but it's also a part of our brand and what we believe in. Our brand identity is what we stand for, and it's in all forms of our marketing. So that's just a little bit about why we would put this piece out. We raised over 1,000 pieces of dessert, and we fed 198 people in the coldest month, which was February, of record here in Connecticut.
Beautiful.
And I got to tell you, the day we fed them, it was like 18 below zero. And I got to tell you, we felt so, like I said to my kids, at least they have a place to sleep. It may not look like much because there's 198 people in this old church, but at least they have a warm place to sleep, and we filled their bellies up with good, delicious, warm food, and we can leave knowing that we're going home to a warm house, that we've made a difference tonight. And it's not just me. There's a lot of agents doing the same exact thing. So I'm not. All I ask is it's great to get the community involved rather than just writing a check. This is another charitable foundation. My father founded it. It's for, to be politically correct, intellectually disabled young adults like my sister. Unfortunately, the government doesn't, in my mind, do a fair job for helping the intellectually disabled, who my sister has 24-hour care. So my father ended up founding this, and there's 86 kids in here. All of my, I hate to say the word, consultant work is done, and the money is donated to the charities that I support.
Wow.
I do not make a penny. I do not keep a penny. It's not a pat on my back. I'm trying to lead by example and trying to teach my kids the right thing, and hopefully other people that you can get behind. I don't want to sell other independent agents about our marketing. What I want to do is, if they're interested in it and they want to learn about it, they're making a donation to a charity that I'm passionate about, but I'm passionate about the independent agency avenue. So when you said I was a consultant, I'm a non-for-profit consultant because I really love to do and educate independent agents, but I also feel that the independent agents are giving back to me because they're helping foundations like this Journey Found, or the homeless shelter, or the soup kitchen that we're involved in, all the different causes we're involved in. So it's kind of a win-win situation, and I love it. So here's a thank you. One of the last things we spend an awful lot of time in is in the Children's Hospital here in Connecticut, and we run something called Reverse Trick or Treat. So we want to make sure that we supply every child that goes into the hospital on Halloween, or who's in there. Unfortunately, there's an awful lot of kids that I spent an awful lot of time with my daughter when she became ill, and they found out that she had a very rare sickness called serum sickness. But I felt that there were so many kids in there that parents were out working. How can we make a difference? So on Halloween, we dress up, and we go room by room by room, and also in the emergency room, allowing kids, because joys of having toys, crayons, coloring books, you name it, we're supplying them. Just no candy, because unfortunately the kids with cancer are taking medicine that cannot be made in nut factories. Well, there's no such thing as candy not being made in a nut factory. They're all made in a nut factory. So what ends up happening is this is how we feel we made a difference. And we've raised so many agents like Claudia McLean, who sent over $500 worth of stuff. to us of Doug and Melissa.
God, that's
I think
amazing.
it's just remarkable, the agents that have stepped up and helped me, that we supplied them with so many toys that they had enough to give out for almost a year of every child that came into the emergency room.
Oh, my Lord, that's phenomenal.
Not only thanks to my community, but thanks to the independent agents who helped me do that, like Claudia McLean and Tony Alessandra, Insurance Solutions out of California.
I know Tony. Yeah.
Nathan Dagley out of Texas. The agents from all around the country. So we get behind each other. We want to support each other, and it's just it's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Beautiful. Last slide here, huh?
Last slide is really getting into our mobile marketing app, which I'm hoping agents, I don't know if they know what's going on. I'm really into all this visual content. But what's happening April 21st is there's a huge Google algorithm change, and it really focuses on mobile. So if you're, first and foremost, the biggest step that you need to make sure is your agency website, is it mobile friendly, and is it up to date where it needs to be? Well, Google actually has a link, which I'll send to you, George, and I'm hoping that it will be in the email to the people.
Yeah.
That agents can take their URL, put it into a free site, which is provided by Google, to make sure that April 21st, when the new algorithm takes place, that their agency website is not going to be penalized. So it's very important. April 21st is a big day. Hoping agencies really make sure that they're mobile ready. The next step of Google in their algorithm change is talking about apps and how important and what's going to happen with what they call these crawlers. So that for SEO, search engine optimization for agency sites, it's going to play a huge role on having a mobile marketing app and getting your clients to use it, because it is going to play a role in search engine optimization, which is, are you going to be able to be found in the internet? Mm-hmm. So there's two key concepts when April 21st comes around. Hopefully agents listen. They really find out and make sure that they have a mobile marketing, a mobile-friendly website, and secondly, really start to get focused on buying the right insurance agency app. Two key components. This is a piece.
Spell that out for me, will you, Chris? Spell that out for me when you send it to me, so I put it right in the email, will you? Explain it to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm not up on that as you guys are.
Well, it's important, and I find it very important for me to educate the insurance community, because I don't want to see independent agents get beat. I don't want to see direct writers continue to beat us up. What I want to see, I want my son and daughter someday to be in this industry, doing as well as hopefully, the past has. I mean, independent agents have done very well. We need to continue to fight more now than ever, especially with Google coming into our space.
Amen. And I tell you what, I've done a lot of these types of interviews over these last umpteen years. Chris, this is the most inspiring one I've ever seen. I just want to thank you. I just can't believe what you're doing. It seems to me you're working for the rest of the world, not for you, but I guess it comes back to you. All good things come back.
When you work for others, you're working for yourself, and at the end of the day, I'm very happy and blessed to be able to go home and giving my kids and my family and the community. Trust me, I have more than the average person, and I am very fortunate of it. And if we can give back a little, each and every one of us, we can make a difference.
Well, you sure can. Well, here's the contact information for Chris. So don't hesitate. He's totally willing to work with you in any way he can, and I know that from all the good things I've heard about you, Chris. And then don't forget to go back to the email if you want to know more about the Disabled Veterans Program. It's the links on there. It'll always be on there. And I'm glad. Yeah, Chris, I saw you on the board. That's terrific. God, I can't keep up with you. You're scaring me.
I really appreciate, George, you stepping up to the plate and really interviewing them, helping get the message out. It's such a great cause. These veterans have sacrificed enough. Let's help them. Let's help them be employed. And along with helping them, we're helping ourselves.
Well, thank you, and it's a beautiful deal. Thanks again, Chris, for a wonderful, wonderful job. And I hope that people really take this into account. So I'll be seeing you.